Good morning, class. Today we are going to cover some division basics. Some of this is a review, and some of it's going to be new for you. So when we are talking about division, we are talking about this symbol right here. And I'm sure you've all seen it before. When we see a division problem, each number has a name. There's different parts. So here are the parts. The dividend is that first number. Then we have our division symbol. The second number is called the divisor, equal sign, and then the last number is the quotient. So what do all of these mean? So the dividend is the large number that is being split into smaller groups. The divisor is the number of groups the dividend is being split into. And finally, the quotient is the answer. That's the number of items in each group. Let's look at an example. Let's say we have 10 tacos and 2 friends. We're going to talk about the big number, the dividend, as being the 10 tacos. The divisor is going to be our 2 friends. That's how many groups we're going to split it into. So we have 10 tacos, 2 friends, and the quotient, or the answer, is that each person gets 5 tacos because 10 divided by 2 equals 5. When you are doing division, there's different ways it can look. In this first way, this is pretty classic. We have 8 divided by 4 equals 2, where we have the dividend, the division symbol, the divisor, the equal sign, and the quotient, or the answer. A second way it can look is that we have this little, it's referred to sort of as a house, right? The dividend, oh, I see, I wrote a T instead of a D. The dividend is put inside the house. Remember, this is our big number, the dividend. And then the divisor, how many groups we're going to split it into, is on the outside. And the quotient, or the answer, is on top. So we can see it in action here. 8 is our whole number. That's how many we have. 4 is how many groups we're going to split it into. And 2 is how many each group is going to have. 2. So if we had 8 ice cream cones and 4 people, how many ice cream cones are they each going to have? They're each going to have 2. And a stomach ache. The third way division can be written is when it looks more like a fraction, where the dividend, or the big number, is on top. Then there's the fraction symbol here, or we also use this for division. And on the bottom is the divisor, how many groups it's going to be split into. And then the quotient is put on the other side of the equal symbol. And so what it looks like up here, see, if we have our 8 ice cream cones up here, are 4 people, and they're each going to get 2. Okay, so division facts, we have division facts. They're kind of similar to multiplication. So if you remember, if we're talking about 5s, we have 0 times 5 equals 0, 1 times 5 equals 2, 2 times 5 equals 10, 3 times 5 equals 15, 4 times 5 equals 20, 5 times 5 equals 25, 6 times 5 equals 30, 7 times 5 equals 35, and on and on. You get the idea, right? Well, there are also division facts as well. And this is what they would look like. 5 divided by 5 equals 1. Any number that is divided by itself is going to equal 1. 10 divided by 5 equals 2. 15 divided by 5 equals 3. And so on. You'll see all of these examples are kind of the opposite of the multiplication facts that we had above. For basic division, we can use our multiplication chart to find the answer. So you all have your multiplication chart, and I'm going to show you what that'll look like. So let's say that we have a problem that reads 20 divided by 4 equals, and we need to find the answer. On your division chart, you're going to find the 4. You are going to go down the column until you get to 20. And once you reach 20, then you're going to go across. And then we see 5. So we have 3 numbers involved here. We have a 4 and a 20. So those are the parts. We have our whole here, which is our 20, our 4. How many groups is it going to be divided into? And when we go across, we see this 5. That 5 is our answer. And the way we can check it is if we take the divisor and the quotient and we multiply them. So if we say 5 times 4 equals, let's double check that. 5 times 4 equals 20, then we know that we are correct. Let's try another one. 36 divided by 4. Again, we're going to find our 4. We're going to go down the column until we find 36. And then we're going to go across, and we find the number 9. That tells us that the answer to this is 9. And now we want to check our work. 9 times 4. 9 times 4 equals 36. Then we know we're correct. One more example. 18 divided by 2. I'm going to find the 2 on the chart, and I'm going to go down until I find the number 18. Then I'm going to go across and I find the number 9. That is my answer. Here I'm going to check my work. 9 times 2 equals 18. So 9 times 2, 18. Then I know I'm correct. Now you're going to be doing an assignment that gives you some division problems. I want you to use your multiplication chart to solve them, and you are also going to be checking your answers.